how's it going? It's your boy JD, Jean-Marc, however you know me as. As you can see, I'm wearing my Rewired Youth Revival shirt. That's pretty dope. Get it rewired and that plug-in right there. I thought that was pretty dope. Anyways, just want to say thank you, and we appreciate the sacrifice that you're taking to watch this video and attend this training for the audio team. You know, we don't take it for granted, and I believe wholeheartedly God is going to bless you abundantly for using your talent and sacrificing your time to help out this ministry. And as a, you know, for me and my family, you know, we take this very seriously, and we just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know, we can't say thank you enough, because our ministry can't work and reach its apex without volunteers like you. So to start off this training, we're going to start off with the turning on and turning off of the audio system, and then we'll move along from there. If you're part of the visual team and you want to, you know, learn the audio system also, we would appreciate that too, because the more players we have and volunteers we have that can do both audio and visual would be the biggest blessing. So again, thank you. Can't say thank you enough. All right, let's start with the turning on and turning off process to the audio system. As you can see, we're in the sound room right now. As you can see, it's not that much space. This is where we're starting. The only thing that we can fit in here is mostly a chair. So what we're gonna do right here is, this is our mixer, right? And the first thing we'll do is we're gonna open this door right here. The only thing you need to turn on here is this. Is the only thing. This doesn't really do anything right now. So, and then we're gonna come back here on the other side of here, and then that's where our power button is for our mixer. As you can see, now it's turned on. All right, and then we're gonna go to the front. I'm gonna pause real quick and then just walk to the front. Right? We're gonna start on this end. As you can see, our piano, that Rollin is actually an amplifier for our piano player. During the week, they actually use that amp for the microphone, so they don't use the whole entire power system. Now, we want to organize this as much as possible, all these cables, so we're going to be working on that. So right here is the only thing you have to turn on. Right here is this right one right here, and that will turn on this speaker, and then it should turn on this power amp also. And then by where this is for the piano, where I just kicked, so that will just automatically turn on the piano right over here. Is that power button, this small thing right there. All right, now we're gonna go to the other side. For this speaker and also the bass amp is powered by this little power thing over here. Let me get through here. Is that little gray. So all you'd have to do is plug in that gray, silver, whatever you want, color you want to call it. All you gotta do is that plug this one to this wall right here. Now this is subject to change. We might plug this one into by the stage area, so we'll stay in contact with that. Right, so as you can see right now, we have a blue light on that speaker, and we have a blue light on that speaker. So our system is technically on. Eventually we're gonna have stage monitors, so we'll do some updating on the video and training once we get those stage monitors. But while you're up here, one of the trickiest things to do is have the piano leveled, so we're gonna work on that right now. Play around. As you can see right here, so one thing I do is I'll play the playing button right here. Right now, as you can see, it's only into this speaker, right? So I'm gonna level it back here. It's probably too close, okay. Level it right here. This is the main one right here to make it louder. And behind this is plugged into number 1, I believe. So we're gonna spin this right here. Now, as you can see, it's getting louder and louder. But right now, I can tell it's not in what they call the house speaker. So the issue is once this is spun at too much of a level, it will create a static noise, which the static noise is really, really annoying. I'm gonna press pause real quick just so you can hear it. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to hear that static noise into the speaker. Now it's coming out of that speaker and that speaker. And it's a really annoying static noise. The way you fix that is you come right here and you lower this. So I keep this mostly a little less than midway, this right here, so it won't sound that bad with that static noise. Mainly what I do, like during Sunday school time, is I'll have the piano in the back mixer turned off, so this won't even be an issue. But you're gonna get a little bit of that static noise. So like I said, just in the mixer during like Sunday school, just have it turned off, and that's how we'll get rid of that noise. So this is going into the piano, this pink one right here, and that's gonna go there, goes into left mono. And then you'll see this right here. Sorry with all the misdirections with the camera. So this mic, this is plugged in right here, and this is going to channel 9 in the Snake. Channel 9. So in the back mixer, that's also labeled. So before we go to the back mixer, that was pretty much the turning on process. But while we're here, I want to explain how the mics work. So I'm gonna show you the Snake, how we have everything kind of color coordinated. So the way it works is the green mic and the gray mic is for the leaders. So the green mic will be for the main preacher. So you'll always see Sunday morning that the leader, whoever's on the stage, will have the green mic. And then when worship team comes up, the green mic will go to the worship team leader, the person leading, and the gray mic will go to the person who might have a solo during that. So I'll explain why. Because on the mixer, we can have it to where that mic is a little louder than the background singers, and we can actually do like echoes and sound effects while that person is singing. So we're gonna start off with the Snake and show you how that works. Snake, and this is what all the mics and everything is plugged into. Everything is color coordinated back here. So you'll see for number 4, that's our green mic. So that's this mic right here. And so on for so forth. Our yellow sticker is going to be for our yellow mic. We have the yellow mic right here. And so on for so forth. So all of our mics are color coordinated. For number 6 and 7, those are wired mics. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if we have 7 singers, we'll have 7 mics, but 2 of them will have wired mics. This one right here is 8. That's for our bass, so they can have sound in the house. So that bass amp right over there is also plugged into that, technically in the house speakers, because there's gonna be a mic next to that speaker. Now, channel number 15, I believe, this right here, this is for the piano too. So there's a piano set up on the other side of the drum set, that's for that. And then 16 is for the talk back. It's not plugged in right now, but that's the mic that only the people with headsets can hear. So I'll explain that a little later during the training. This box right here is going from that. So I said number 15, or 15 or 16 is for the backup. It's also labeled in the back. So this box right here is what's gonna control for that second piano. The second piano is going from here, from the piano to this, and from this box it goes to the Snake to be able to go to the house speakers. This is that mic I was telling you about that goes to the bass amp, and of course this is our bass. All right, so that's pretty much it for the powering on and the setup for the front. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any suggestions, also let me know. We're always open to making things better and the process easier. So we know how the powering on goes on. I'm looking if I'm missing anything. I don't think so. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the mixer, and then I'm gonna explain a little bit more detail what goes on to the mixer. During service, mixing is very important because things change up very quickly. While you're in the back, you can also tell whoever's singing in the front, hey, sing into the mic. It makes it very difficult when people aren't singing into the mic. You know, you have to play around with the volume. So I'm gonna show you how to do that all right now in our back mixer. We're back at the back mixer. As you can see back here, everything is color coordinated. We're having issues with channel 1, so we start with channel 2, 3, 4, and so on. That green is our main mic, remember, and then silver is our second main mic. Two backup singers, and then that two backup singers with the wired ones. This is that bass amp, and this is the piano one, the silver one that we were playing around with. Remember that static noise I was telling you about? So this is where you turn it on and off. So right now, all these lights are on. Just you can just slide your finger, and then that's how you turn everything off. Sometimes what I'll do, if there's only one person speaking, I'll have that one on. So none of these, you don't hear any background noises from anything else. Especially from these two wired mics, you get a lot of feedback noise when they're done singing, and then they place it on the ground. So once worship team is done, I'll have these turned off. So if someone kicks it or anything like that, it's turned off, so you won't be able to hear it. If anybody in the front says they need it, they'll just give you the signal, and then you can put them on. So we're gonna have everything back on. Remember that static noise with the piano. During Sunday school, we'll have that turned off. Whenever the worship service is about to start, we'll have that turned on. 11 and 12 is for the guitars. As you can see, the volumes are all the way up. We'll have it less than all the way up. The reason why is the guitars, once they're over here and they max it out, it doesn't sound good. So we'll have it their volume like pretty much all the way to the top. They won't max out their volume to their guitar because they'll sound really bad. So they'll put it a little less than halfway. So that's why these are all the way up to the top, so they can sound pretty good. Now this is our piano 2, number 15. It's turned off. Same thing as piano 1. It gives a lot of feedback when it's turned on. So we only have it turned on whenever the piano 2 is actually playing. When they're not playing, it's turned off. So this is our talkback mic. This is the mic that only works on our headphones. Now our headphone system is right up here. There's two power buttons on this side. Power right here. I'm sorry, power right there. And it's hard to do this with the camera. So it's not plugged in right now. Yes it is. Alright, so power on. And that's gonna be for our headset system. So you'll see the drummer, the piano 2 player, and the bass player with headphones. And you in the back will try to getting headphones for the person in the back also. So whatever the main piano player is saying, you can hear it, and you can also hear what's going on the main speakers a little bit better. All right, so that's that. So this is the talkback. Now with the talkback, this is very important. This volume has to be all the way down. All right, because we don't want it in the big house speakers. Those two black speakers, we don't want this coming out those speakers. So this is going to be all the way down at all times. So whatever the main, so basically what happens with the talkback system is the person with the talkback mic is talking and communicating with the drummer, with the bass player, and the piano 2 player. And how it works is he'll tell him, hey, drum player, lower down or slow down or just cymbals. You don't want what he's saying to go out in the main speakers. So that's why this is all the way turned down, and it only is turned up right here where it says aux 1. Now aux 1 and the whole entire soundboard, aux 1 all the way down, that's what goes into our headphones. So that's the volume for our headsets. So as you can see, talkback right here, the volume will be a little bit high right there, so that people with the headphones can hear them, and know it's all the way down here, so no one in the main house can hear what he's saying. All right, so that's how that works. Talkback is our CD2. This is the volume for our computer, for the iMac. So whenever they're playing videos or playing any CDs or songs, this is the volume that they'll use. So you can leave that up. The person on the audio team should know what's going on. If there is anything like crazy, they don't realize that they're playing a song in the background, just turn them all the way down, and you can knock on the window and tell them, hey, you got something playing out of the computer. All right, so that's pretty much our soundboard. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of the mixing part of the soundboard. All right, so as far as mixing, like I said, the green mic and the silver mic is for our main singers. So we'll usually have this one a little bit higher. As you can see, there's little black lines. So these little black lines is kind of indicators where to leave these at. But for our green and silver one, it's going to be a little bit louder. On the top, the very top is it says gain. Now this is pretty powerful. So you want to keep the midway. The only time I'll raise up four and five is whenever that lead singer has a solo and they're singing on their own. Also, what happens is during service, the music, sometimes instruments get pretty too loud, so I'll give them an extra boost so they can be a little bit louder than the musicians, right? And this also, we're gonna get into how to make the echo and everything like that in a couple of minutes. So that's pretty much that. Now for right here, these two right here, this is where the sound effects take place. As you can see, let me see if I can focus this. Yes. All right. So as you can see, this is on number 5. Number 5 is reverb vocal, and I believe this is on 7. Yeah, this is on 7, and 7 is vocal echo. So this goes right here. So this has to be turned on right here to make those effects happen. All right. Now for our headsets, remember how I said everything was on aux 1? This is the volume, master volume for our headsets. So if the drummer or piano player say, hey, the volume is too loud in our headphones, this is where you'll turn it down and turn it up. I usually leave it right here because on their headphones, there's that box, which I'll show you in a couple seconds. That box has a separate volume, so you can also adjust it there. But let me find that box. This is that volume box. This is where you turn it on. Batteries, you want to make sure the battery life is also good on these, and you can adjust the volume right here. So that's why they have another place where they can adjust the volume, and then but that's why it's good right here, because they can adjust the volume on their piece as they'd like. All right, so leave that there. Finally, for the vocal echoes, now this is very important. Now it's turned on right now. The only time you want to use the echo and the volume is whenever a lead singer has a solo. So this is how you turn those on. So as you can see right here, it says this is effects 1, effects 2, and this is going to be aux 1, aux 2, aux 3, whatever. So if the headsets, you can hear the echo. If you don't want to hear the echo, you can turn it off. But this is basically for the house. So this has to be pretty much all the way up. All right. So I turned off the echoes on the headsets, so they don't hear the echo effects. It's turned up all the way up here, so out of the house speakers, you'll be able to hear it. So we'll come right here. We usually do that with green and sometimes silver, depending on who has the solo. And then you'll basically come up right here. These are the two effects, as you can see. Let's see right here. See, this is effect 1 and this is effect 2. So we're on green, which is 4 right here. So as you can see, this was kind of adjusted a little bit. So I'll have this one, effect 1 and effect 2, kind of midway, and this is a little bit more. So whenever that person is speaking, you'll actually hear that echo effect. I'll give you a sample of that in 2 seconds. So that's how you'll do that for green. If you'll see that, okay, that person's no longer is becoming a backup singer, and then let's say Fejibez on the guitar, he becomes the lead singer. You'll turn that down, and then you can turn that up a little bit, just so the effects is only on his voice. You don't want it on too many people's voice, because it won't sound good at all. All right, so that's how that works. For the echoes, if you have any questions, let me know. Sometimes I'll put the effect if someone's praying and there's a piano playing in the background, just a little bit. I'll put a little effects on their voice. So, but play around with it just so it's not too obvious and it becomes a distraction. All right. So I'm gonna let you hear what the echo effects sound like. Give me 1 second. All right. Front, we have the green mic right here. Obviously this has to be on. This is where you also adjust the let me see if I can focus that. This is also where you adjust the volumes. So the green one will be a little bit higher than everything else, silver as well. And then what I'll usually have is yellow and purple, kind of halfway. Let's see if I can focus the camera a little bit. There it is. So I can have that a little bit more than halfway. Same thing for the purple. While you're doing sound check, you'll just play around with each of them so you can know. All right, so we have the green mic right here. We'll turn it on, and you see that's bad. So we're gonna be playing around with it so it's not giving that feedback, and it's probably too loud in the back. All right, so test 1 2, test 1 2. You can see right now there's no effect on the voice because I have it turned down in the back. But I'm gonna go turn on the effects in the back so you can see how it is. Fast forward. All right, so we're in the back. As you can see, I'm speaking to the green mic. That's why that green light is going on. See if I can focus this a little bit. There it is. All right, so the effects is turned on both. So what I'll need to do is turn them on because the volume is both down right there. So let me turn those knobs. Give me 1 second. So I'm gonna turn the knobs down right here, up a little bit there, a little bit here. And when I speak, when I speak into the mic, you can hear the effects on my voice. Pretty dope. What do you think? Now whenever the solo is given a solo, that effect sounds pretty dope. All right, so that's pretty much for mixing. On Sunday mornings, you'll have to adjust things while worship team is going. So this is the main volume right here. This is where we usually keep that. This is nothing. You can turn that off. Whenever we get the subwoofers, the stage monitors, that's where this is going to come into play, but we don't have them right now. So if you have any other questions, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help. That's pretty much it for the soundboard. So again, thank you. We can't say thank you enough for your sacrifice. You know, my sisters preached a message about elevation. So we can't elevate without individuals giving us a helping hand. This ministry can't reach its apex, or we can't reach our end goal without individuals, stepping up and helping us out in our mission. So we thank you again. Once we start and get the ball rolling, you'll see how it's a pretty simple. It's not rocket science to make it work on Sunday morning. So thank you again. Like I said, I can't say thank you enough. And continue to help us out, and God's gonna, I believe wholeheartedly, God is gonna bless you abundantly. All right, thanks again. God bless.